getting all riled up. That's impossible. This should prove it.
This should prove it. I don't know, Pug. Sometime. We'll figure it out soon.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance. What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Is Junko not in them either? Oh no, Junko's... Oh. I got it!
Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly
Reese, are you Junko?
That the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew. Xanadu!
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair. Xanadu ×2!
Xanadu ×2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on! Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. I'll prove everything, right now!
Oh no, not comics. No! Not comics! Oh no, I hate the comics. No. No. So I think it's this one. It's them switching. And then she took the body and put it in the freezer. And then grabbed the knife. And then Kyoko stopped her. And then she took the body. Oh. Or is it? Oh, man. Okay. So... Okay, so everyone showed up. Those two were switched. And then she killed her and put the body in the freezer. Astrals! I love you, buddy. How you doing? And then she took the knife and the mask and tried to kill me. And then Kyoko stopped her. And then she took the body. No, is that... And got her to go away. And then ran away. Or is this... No, this has got to be this now. No. I think this is this. Then put this. Took the mask off and put it on the body. And then everybody found the body. And then the bomb blowed up. I think that's it. Reese, does that look good? Astros, I love you, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Oh, you're doing your OT. I have 2 wrong. So I said, like, okay, so everyone met at the school. These 2 had already swapped, right? So she's saying hi to everyone as Junko. Then Junko dies, and Junko, but not Junko, the other girl, dies, and Junko takes the body and puts it in the freezer, right? And then she takes the body and takes the knife out of his drawer, puts the mask on, and tries to kill him. And then Kyoko interfered. Is it this one's wrong? Because this is like her kicking her or something, right? So is it this one that's wrong? So this and this can be like... Oh. See, I don't... That one's weird. And then everything else is right? Yeah. That was what was wrong, right? Just those 2 were... Okay.
The killer is you! We met the ultimate fashionista.
See, that was just weird, those 2.
Right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the Guardian. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb
I
to
hit
the
the button
body,
on accident.
she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
It really is, Red.
The real Junko Enoshima.
Complete.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say
And
to
I
that?
could stream longer tonight than 3 hours, so.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Give it up, Junko.
Over?
Boo-hoo.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Billy! God damn it, Matakuma. Risakuma. Junko Inoshima. God, that's a short skirt.
Waiting so very long for peasants.
Why is
like
she
you to
British?
appear.
She's got some milk bags on her, too.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status in some of our home courts.
Why is she referring to herself in third person?
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
I'm just gonna say no thanks, right? No thanks. I'm just making sure.
You think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
She's got the pistol going. This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Inoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day.
Yeah, it's very weird, LZT.
It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or
I'm going
like
to
a
read
slow
everything
suicide.
in
I
monotone.
get bored so easy, you know?
So I masturbated a whole lot, and I watched Lord of the Rings. That took up most of my time.
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face?
I'm not
People
moving my
have told
mouth.
me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
They said your butthole was cuter than 100 chihuahuas
I
combined.
feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her somewhere. Too somewhere. No.
Shoot! I got it!
I got it.
That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover,
I was thinking that, and I'm an idiot.
and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory.
Wow, you have a
I
pretty
guess
good
that's why
memory.
you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Ah, well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along.
I'm me, and Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best, but there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist, not even if they're twins.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Junko fucking Enoshima! Now shit got fucking real, motherfuckers!
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
You murdered your own sister.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get
I'm
fucking
so
bored
metal,
myself.
motherfucker!
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a
Choose
shit.
Fucking lame anyway.
We choose fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Sound the Nefertiti! The Nefertiti!
You're lame.
Trips! Thank you for continued support, you beautiful motherfucker. I love your face. Welcome back to the Umpire Rod. Oh, hail Gizmo! Thanks, Pug. I love your face, Trips. I hope the wife and the little ones are doing good.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind
Oh,
the scenes.
Trips, I love you, buddy. How you doing, dude?
The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone.
Her
things like
hair.
that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro
Nice,
to
Trips.
perform
Nice,
such
man.
duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment.
Such a disappointment.
So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Why is she making the ooh face? Ooh, 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 oh baby, ooh. Well, tell Mrs. Trips I love her, Trips.
It
How
was
is WoW?
atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
I don't know, Red. That's good, man.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
I mean, we have a new podcast there, Trips.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get
She's
killed
got her
off right
tits
away.
hanging out, man.
Which
Jesus.
is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So, you figured it out?
Oh, so you figured it out?
Well, you're right. There's no way
There's
Mukuro
no way.
could have pulled off such a convincing performance.
There's no way Mukuro could have pulled out such a convincing performance.
But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
Sure are scary. I'm talking like a toddler now.
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long
No, I
as
decided,
can
Pug.
remember.
We're going to play
I never
Danganronpa
came
2 and
through
3
that
after
at
this.
all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
Yeah, Red.
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
And live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
What the fuck? How are there mushrooms growing out of her fucking head?
That's why it gets me so excited.
Murdering her sister makes her pussy wet. What the fuck is going on?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Pug, I hope you know I was kidding.
It's like super, 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 super despair.
But, Viro,
More than that.
you know, with how crazy this bitch is, she would be great in the fucking sack.
Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so.
I said we're playing Danganronpa 2 and 3 after this, Pug.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness.
It made my pussy so wet. Oh.
I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Lace-eye.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory.
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memory